WWE superstar female wrestler. But to the party that wasn't supposed to happen, Kirby starts saying, "We're going to party." It's like, no, we're supposed to have the party tomorrow night after the I Believe in Wrestling event. It's late because we got back. I don't know if it was like 1, 2, 3, because jump ahead. I know the incident happened at 7 in the morning. Things had been going rough with Danielle and I didn't know what was going on, but we weren't being intimate. The only thing right before we got engaged was we'd kiss. And then once we got engaged, she gave me the ultimatum stuff, but then she also stopped kissing and like went to the downstairs room. So I knew something was wrong and it was just messing with my head a lot. And I still have the other girls' cats checking in on me. And then even Amanda, the one I dated before, that I eventually later went on the reality show Tool Academy just to get a job with WWE before all this stuff blew up. It was, well, to negotiate with WWE, actually signed with another company. They would talk to me, and I believe there were other girls. There was a police officer that I also had a thing with that she found me on MySpace and started talking to me. I eventually asked her, I said, "How many people did you reach out?" She said 3. I said, "How many did you like hook up with?" She said, "Just you. You're the only one that caught my attention and kept it." It was just really rough. So like Danielle wasn't doing anything. And then I remember us going to the store once and her phone's ringing. And like I go to get her for her because like her dad had some health issues and he has since passed away. So I was always concerned about that. She's like, "What are you doing? You're going through my phone." I'm like, and I had never touched her phone. I've never gone through a girlfriend's phone. And I think back in 2008, I don't even know if that was really a thing. I think I had a sidekick then. Come to the party. By the party, I found out that I don't want to say his name, but it was one of Steve Carino's proteges. And I was close with Steve Carino, again, coaches. They sent Colby Carino to me a couple years ago. And Allison Danger, Steve's wife, used to stay here, where I never had a thing with her, but one of her associates. Anyways, it was one of Steve. Since we had gotten engaged or fake engaged or whatever it is, or decide we'd be together, when I went to go wrestle the event at the Cauliflower Alley Club or go do this or something, and she said she went shopping, she was sleeping with Carino's apprentice, who I had known for a little bit. And even during the trip, like this was going on the whole time. And I had like a nice talk with him. It was actually one of those passionate things where we were just discussing if a cruiserweight TJ Maxx should be hip tossing Mr. Saint Laurent, who weighs more, and just talk about the momentum, if they're coming off the ropes or this or that, whatever, to like a thing. And I tell him like, "Oh man, you're talking Dale Gagner, Dale Gagne, the AWA president. Like, oh man, I love this." I'm like, "Oh man, I love you, Ricky." No, I said his name. And he just kind of like got shut down a little bit. And I'm like, something's weird. And eventually I realized that in that time, like she was cheating on me. And so I'd gone back to sleep. Earlier before that match, I slept with Amanda. And then at the party, Danielle's supposed to stay in my bedroom. The 2 girls in the downstairs. We're hanging out by the hot tub. Amanda's at the party. There's a bunch of people here, some famous wrestlers. I think Larry had already gone to sleep at this time. Maybe. I don't know if he had been asleep. No, I don't know yet. By the time things got a little crazier, he went to sleep. Usually I even go to sleep early on my parties because I'll have students that'll be here to clean up. So like even in the future, when it'd be me and my other, when things were even bigger, and you can see online these 4th of July parties and stuff like that, where it says WWE, Impact, New Japan, Ring of Honor, stars, hang out with whatever. I was charged with lewd and lascivious battery. I had a relationship with a girl who was near 16 when I was 25, and it was very wrong and bad. And future attempts, I turned them down, and I'll get more into that. But I never raped anybody. I never forced anybody. I never did anything like that. I turned down future advances. I was recorded by the cops, and we're in the hot tub. I'm upset. Danielle is going around letting people smoke pot out of some, I don't know, big bowl. And Kirby is supplying Jaeger. I always joke because I'd have Jaeger in the fridge because in some of my dad's buildings that he He would own buildings for businesses and also ones to for homes, different condos. He had a Red Bull machine, but it didn't really make much money, so he gave it to me. So I have it in my garage. So I'd always tell at the parties, "Oh, the Jaeger's free, but you have to pay $2 for the Red Bull in the garage." And Johnny Vandal, for example, who's doing incredible things in Panama right now. He moved to DR. He was one of the alternates in the Cruiserweight Classic. He joined Rusty Brooks' school at 15 and lied and said he was 18. Rusty had me talk with him because I was always honest and upfront. And I sat Johnny down. I said, "How old are you really?" He's like, 15. "Rusty, he's 15. He's like, what? I'm like, "It's cool. We already knew you were young. Just be honest." And always kind of took him under my wing because I was the smallest guy they had ever trained, 130 pounds, maybe when I started, actually 125 because I had cut for amateur wrestling. So martial arts, I did some amateur wrestling, very little, and they tried to recruit me back right into pro wrestling. Uh, Johnny Vandal was the funnest to rib multiple times with so much. Watch a match with me, Larry, and the Vandals in the very first I Believe in Wrestling event. Anyways, I think this is Believe 4, maybe. Johnny was the one that we'd rib about the machine, but everybody else. $2 for the Red Bull. The Jaeger's free. Kirby's passing out Jaeger. Danielle's passing out pot. I'm messed up. I'm upset emotionally, and I've been drinking. And I've been smoking. I don't do anything else. I've taken pain pills before when I've got that really bad concussion. And if I didn't mention this, I did, where Danielle came to the hospital and told me we were still together and we broke up. Aside from the wrestling, her cheating. Allie and the girl and I, we kissed in the hot tub in front of everybody. I was drunk. She did not drink and she did not smoke. Yes, she took a little sip of one of the shot glasses and she didn't like it. And it wasn't offered by me. Kirby did. And I said, "You don't need to. And if you don't drink," she says she drinks. And I know of like family and other people that tell me about these things. I'm like, look, like drinking, if you drink too much in excess, and especially young, there's so much you could do to your liver. So don't. And she took a sip. I said, "No, don't worry about drinking." And Danielle offered. She's like, "I don't want to." No, I don't know. I think she took a little bit of a hit, but like just nothing. She was sober. We kissed in the pool and Amanda was there and she's like, "What the fuck?" I was just drunk and she wanted to kiss. She wanted things and she's very attractive. She looks like she's in her 20s. She's very smart, but I always had the block like, no, that's illegal. And it was always kind of like, the dad saying, "Hey, go up, stay with Chasyn, whatever." I'm a good guy. He had known me for many years. He'd known me for, I don't know if it was 8 years by then. He knows my mother, my grandmother knows my mother, knows the family. I've had lots of mothers and fathers and stuff, and I've dated many women, and they're really happy with how I treat women. And it's really crazy. Some of the people that have spoken out about like thinking they're going to train with me or whatever. One girl I saw online saying, "Chasyn was really charming. He's a very nice guy, and I was smitten by him." Even though I wasn't trying anything, I was just being polite and I was ready to train with him. But then I saw all this stuff online and like have a conversation with me and we can talk. And that's where I've had a lot of students that I've helped a lot and they've done really well. And then either they go away and they don't stay good. Not that they don't stay good with me, but if they don't stay good with me, I don't do anything to jeopardize their careers by any means. But sometimes they just don't get the training and the heart that I give all my students because I can't do anything right now. I can only make my students the best wrestlers, performers, even actors or whatever I can do because I have ties to movies, TVs. I've done lots of movies, TVs. I have family in there. I try to do whatever I can to help. We kissed. "Danielle, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, hey," like, "Thank you, stop." Amanda cried and she left. And Danielle, "Can you take the girls and like put them in the downstairs room? We should all be getting to bed." Next thing I know, Danielle and Kirby are in the downstairs room and they're talking. And the other 15-year-old girl is like making out with one of the other wrestlers. I think it was one of the other ones that came down from North Carolina. I don't think there's anything too much. And I'm just, whatever. I was in another state. My high school sweetheart are each other's first. I turned down girls when I was younger for having sex like like I said, I've had other instances with women, but I didn't put myself in the situation to go all the way because I was waiting for the one. And like that's what I was, even though like my parents didn't stay together, I'd see stuff in movies and I'd try to be a helpless romantic. And like I don't know if a lot of people feel that way or not, or if just life gets them down and things change. So Danielle's in the downstairs room talking to Kirby, and I'm trying to sleep on the one-seater couch. There's probably a lot of last calls with Scott Hall where you could see the couch. The couch is where we're there, where it's me, Scott, Larry, others, X Pac, Ricky Ortiz, Saint Laurent, other women. Sometimes I'm wearing a mask because I'm going through my legal situation. So Scott will just call me parts unknown. We were hoping everything would just go away. I just ended up in the wrong prosecutor's desk, but at the same time, I did something wrong. But I just don't think this charge really speaks for what it is or what people view me as.